Hi everyone, I am so happy to be back. It's been over a month since I lost my mom. She would want me to get back to what I love, so I did. And I am so happy to be joining in the Redecking the Halls Open Challenge hosted by Brenda from Rustic Lace and co-hosted by Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun and Shantell from Crafty Hints. We are to make 3 or more Christmas DIYs and at least one repurposed item in our video. So let's get to crafting. For DIY, we'll be making a snowman tabletop decor that lights up. So I'll be using this vase from the Dollar Tree, this snowman head from the Dollar General. I got some different ribbons here, some from the Dollar Tree, some from Walmart. And then I'm going to be using those bundled twigs that the Dollar Tree has come out with. I just picked a couple that look like arms for my snowman. There they are there, you know, the twig bundles. Those are pretty new. And I think I got some bells. Yep, red bells for this. So I'm just going to get started here. I want to use both these ribbons, so I'm going to attempt to glue them down one on top of each other using the Aleene's all-purpose tacky glue. It didn't work so well. I think it's because I didn't let it dry. I got anxious and wanted to continue working, so I did have to use some hot glue here and there. But I'm just going to lay that red ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Stitch Ribbon. And I'm just going to apply that right down the center of this ribbon here.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way, and oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate.
And while that dries, I'm going to work, or dries a little bit, I should say, I'm going to work on my snowman head. I want to embellish him just a little more and juice him up. So I'll be adding some bells and some mini pine cones to his little hat there. Not too much, but I just wanted to make it my own and, you know, give him a little more color. And I'll be using some bells and some pine cones, but if you would like to remake one of these, you know, of course, it goes without saying, make it your own and use whatever you would like. You can use pom-poms, you can use berries, you can use, you know, a lot of different items. Snowflakes would even look cute on this. But anyway, I'm going to be using the bells today. That's what I had on hand. And I wanted him to jingle. He didn't jingle so much. These little bells don't make much noise. But anyway, I carried on. And here's where I ran into a little bit of trouble. I wanted to glue those arms in just like that on each side and then glue his little head on top of the vase there. And I was struggling a little bit, but I did get it. And the light switch on this snowman head is kind of in the back on the bottom, so I was able to glue him down, you know, in the right places. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I also wanted to mention that you can always add some remote control lights for the inside, which I thought about, but I didn't want anybody to see the wires when it was off, so I opted not to and just have his little face light up. But you can also turn the vase over and use a tea light, you know, that the Dollar Tree has, those LED tea lights. You can just set the vase right on top of it. So yeah, many ways that you can make this, and I just think he came out so adorable.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
And now I'm going to add his scarf. And like I said, I didn't wait for this to dry completely, so I was struggling a little bit. So I just used a spot of hot glue here and there to keep that red ribbon glued to the burlap or the brown ribbon underneath. And I just crossed over the scarf there right at his neckline. And after I glued it down, I thought, why didn't I make a knot like you would see in a real scarf? So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna move on because I already glued it. So I'm just gluing it here, and then I'm just gonna trim down that ribbon. So what I did is I made a faux ribbon, or a faux knot to glue right to the center of that fold over on his scarf, and that made it so much nicer, I think, much more finished. So anyway, I'm going to do that here in a sec. I'm gluing that piece down. Did you see that? Okay, so now I'm going to take 3 more bells of the red mini bells from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue those down right for his little buttons down his belly. And then I'm going to show you how I glued that little knot right to the center of that scarf. So what I did is I just took a piece of that ribbon that I cut off, I just folded it over, glued it down, and now I'm just going to glue that right into the center of that crossover on the scarf. And then this snowman is now complete. I do think he came out so adorable. I love snowmen and gnomes. Those are my things for Christmas time. So anyway, let's move on to DIY number 2. For DIY number 2, I will be making a breadboard cutting board DIY for my kitchen. I'll be using that plastic board there, some coasters I found from the Dollar General. I got them on clearance last year. They were $3. I think I got those for 60% off if I'm not mistaken. So way cheaper than the Dollar Tree. I'll be using some super glue, some of this beautiful greenery, Christmas greenery, and repurposing this ribbon. I love this ribbon. I can't even remember what I pulled it off of, but I did save it and I was able to use it and I love it. It is so pretty. It's got little berries on it. It looks like some greenery. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So here I'm taking apart these coasters, and this is where I thought, oh my goodness, why didn't I get more? They had maybe 10 at the time. Well, maybe not 10, but they had quite a few when I did buy these coasters. But I thought, what am I going to do with more than one snowman coaster? But look, they're all different. Oh my goodness, look at. There's a snowman, there is Santa, there is that red truck. So here I'm like, what am I going to use? I love them all, but my heart was set on that snowman. So that is the one that I used. But oh goodness, if they have more this year, I will be stocking up because these are so fun. They're ceramic and they've got the cork on the bottom, the back side. So yeah, anyway, thought I'd share that with you. If you guys see them and like them, grab them because they're so cute. Even for $3 now, way cheaper than you can get from the Dollar Tree because they want $1.25 a piece. So anyway, let's move on. So I am going to use that coaster. I did have some struggle with this one as well. I wanted to place the coaster there towards the bottom like it is now, and then I was going to add the greenery with the really cute bow on the top, and I did. I'm just going to jump to and fast forward for you. I also just thought maybe, this would look really cute if I made like a wreath on the outside, but it was just too bulky. I didn't like the way that it looked. So yeah, I was very undecisive this day. So I'm just going to fast forward for you all and show you how I made it first and then how I took it apart and started over.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
I used another piece of that ribbon for a little decoration hanger. I won't be using this to hang the board, but I'm going to be using it to hide the nail when I do hang my board. So I just tied it in a knot up at the top, and that's what that's looking like now. And now I'm just going to fast forward to where I took it apart and started over. Okay, here I am pulling the glue off. As you can see now, luckily this is plastic, so that hot glue did come up pretty easy. I was using Gorilla Glue, so it would take some force to get all that glue up, but I got it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some thin pieces, one or two pieces to the bottom of the coaster, and I liked it much better. Here I'm still trying to decide what I'm doing. So anyway, just for time purposes, I'm just going to fast forward to where the bottom piece is done, and we'll move on to the top of that coaster. Okay, finally, I got it where I like it. Let me know what you all think. Did you like it at the top, or do you like it on the bottom like it is here? I would love to know your opinion. So now I needed something at the top. So I'm going to take one of those wood words that I picked up last year from the Dollar Tree. It says, "Let it snow." I've already painted it with the color crimson, just the wording that is. And then with the color dusk, I'm going to paint the snowflake. So I'm going to take a very fine detail brush and make sure I make that snowflake look nice and crisp. And then using very little hot glue, I am using Gorilla Glue. It is a very strong glue, and I'm just going to add those words right on the top of the coaster there. And this cutting board is done. I think it came out so pretty. I struggled a little bit, but in the end, I think it worked out, and I think it's even prettier than my original idea. Please let me know down in the description box if you liked it, the first idea or the second idea. I would love to know your opinion. Okay, let's move on to DIY number 3. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about this open challenge. These 3 beautiful ladies host this open challenge on the 1st of every month. Every month is a different theme, and it is so much fun to interact with different YouTubers, make new friends, and most of all, so much inspiration. I have learned so many different techniques. I get so much inspiration from watching my friends here on YouTube. So would you do me a favor and go watch the playlist and make some new friends of your, for yourself, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna get so much inspiration. And yeah, let's go show everyone some love and support here on YouTube. There is no competition here in my world, at least. I love watching other people. That's how I got started on YouTube, is by watching other people's YouTube channels. And I will continue to support my friends here no matter what. Even if my channel grows slower, that's okay. It's not about competition. It is about making friends and supporting one another. And I'm rambling, so I'm just going to stop here. Really, I'm going to leave everybody's links in my description box, as well as the playlist link, and so you can all go enjoy. For my final DIY today, DIY number 3, I will be making a round hanging sign. I'm going to be using the ornament-shaped sign I got from the Dollar Tree, the ski lift skis there you see in the middle. I'll be using some different shapes of snowmen. I'll also be using some half beads. I will link the description for these in my description box. I picked these up from Amazon, and I'll be using 2 different sizes here, just like that. And I'm going to be painting those red and white. So here I'm showing you, I've already popped off that metal piece up at the top. I think that is so, so cute, but I've already used it and it's time to repurpose it. So I did end up covering the backside. Just want to mention that with some shelf lining. It's like a wood design from the Dollar Tree. So, okay, so I'm going to be using the color crystal for the background on my sign, and I'll be painting the beads red and white. So here I have some masking tape just laid down on a board, one of those long boards. And whoever invented this, whoever came up with this idea, it is genius. This was a breeze to paint all these beads, I must tell you. You just stick all your beads down onto the masking tape and go to town. And I'm going to be using one of those longer size chippy brushes that I pick up from the Dollar Tree. And boy, this was fast and easy. To shorten the time on this video, I went ahead and painted all my pieces. For these larger snowmans, I just painted them white with white chalk paint, as well as the little ones, a very light coat, because there's a picture on these wood pieces, as you can see on the top there, where the bare wood is there. I wanted to keep that so I can follow there we go. See there, I just followed the design on there because I cannot draw. So anyway, and then I used some ribbon, some gingham ribbon for his bow tie. I just tied it in a knot, and then I took some detail scissors and I just frayed the edges, or the bottom edge of his scarf. And that was it for the larger one. And then I used marker as well for the design on the smaller ones. And I'll be starting with the small red half bead, going all along my sign, just like that, continuing that design there. And right now I'll be working on my little snowman. So there's a hole where you would hang these ornaments, and I want to disguise it. I want to hide that hole. So I'm going to take some of this berry garland, also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it to where two little pieces stick up from that brown wire, and I'm just going to bend each edge down, holding it in place just like so.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you.
And then using a tiny, tiny dab of glue, I'm just going to stick that berry right on top of that hole to make sure it doesn't move around and hide that hole. Once all my beads were glued down, it was time to glue that metal piece right on the top, or aluminum I should say, and that's what I'm doing here. And if you haven't noticed yet, my beads didn't go all the way around even. Oh, I was so disappointed, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it with a bow, and I'm just going to move on for now. So I'm going to take these skis, with the ski lift sign on it, and I'm going to glue those down right to the center of my board. And then I'm going to glue the larger snowman on each side of the skis facing each other. And the skis were a little bit rough around the edges, so I'm taking an emery board and I'm just going to smooth that out just a tad. On the smaller wood snowmen, there is a clothespin glued to it. So I just took the back part of the clothespin apart. That way they didn't sit so high on my sign. And I'm just going to take some needle nose pliers and pull that wire right out of the back or the underside of that clothespin.
Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh, oh. Da, 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 da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything.
I could not decide if I wanted to keep those little snowmen. I loved it the way it looked without the little snowmen. The little snowmen are a little bit cartoony because I did use marker. But you know, I asked my husband, he liked it with. I just could not decide. So you know what I did? Once I glued everything down, I took some of the pop-up glue dots from the Dollar Tree, and I used those so I can remove them if I wanted. So, you know, I didn't have to make a permanent decision at that time. But you know what? Once I got it done, I did like it with the little snowman. So here I'm just going to glue everything down, and then we'll move on to that bow. I made this cute messy bow using the gingham ribbon and this beautiful satin ribbon that says Merry Christmas on it. And I wanted to keep the Merry Christmas words intact, so I just kind of worked my way around that ribbon, and I'm just going to glue that to the top just like that, hiding my mess up. And this is done. My sign is done. How easy was that? I hope I have inspired you all to get to crafting. What do you think about this sign? Let me know down in the description box. And here we have our final reveal. Here's that cute little snowman with his face lit up. I think he's so adorable. Oh my goodness, there is his hat and his arms and that scarf. Yeah, that little faux knot made a world of difference. And I'm just showing you again those coasters, those extra ones. Those are just so pretty, guys. They really are. And then here I have the cutting / breadboard. I never know what to call these. If anyone knows the difference, let me know. And there it is there. What do you think about this one? I just think it's so pretty. And you see how that faux hanger kind of hides your nail through that hole. So there's that one with that repurposed ribbon. And then this window sign that I made a while back, I'm going to link that in my description box as well if you'd like to know how I made that. I love that. It's so cute. And here is my final DIY, the round ski lift sign. I think this came out so pretty. It's so bright and cheery. Okay, well, that is the end of my video today. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope I inspired you most of all. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye for now.